In this demonstration, I am going to use a continuous line to draw this paintbrush and this tape dispenser on a 5x7 canvas. I'm used Sharpie before. I'm going to try this charcoal pencil. It's like kind of a dark sepia. Sometimes the Sharpie is a little too uniform. I want to see what the difference is. Okay, and then I'll build a painting on top of this small study using a limited color palette. So I've got my brush, and probably not going to fit the entire brush on this canvas. So one of the things you can do, especially with something small like this, I like to draw with my finger. Okay, I'll have my brush here, and then my tape thing over here. Actually might be easier to start with the tape dispenser. So, and I'm going to have it hug this bottom corner. Now what you're pretending as you're drawing is I'm just pretending that my pencil is tracing the outline or the contour of this object. If it comes out looking wonky, that's okay. We just want to get shapes in here that are interesting that we'll paint. Okay, so here I go. This is really this contour exercise, and I'm speeding it up a little bit. You could go slower, but it's the best way to build hand-eye coordination and observation. See, it's already coming out wonky. Okay, now to get to some of the other shapes, like this circle here, I have to cross over. And we want that because it's going to create other interesting shapes we'll paint in. So now I'm going to head over to my brush. And we're not going to worry about all the writing in there. That doesn't matter. We're just concerned. I'm just concerned with the shape. Okay, so that's what I got. It's a little bit wonky, but that's okay. I've got all these shapes in here that I'm going to paint in. So even though we started with recognizable objects, I'm thinking of it as abstract. Okay, so now I'm going to roll on this open acrylic Indian yellow, and the color palette, the colors I'm going to be playing with, again, I like blue. I'm going to play with a lighter blue and a Mars yellow and probably some titanium white. So pretty subtle. I actually did some mixing. Here's a little sheet of where I mixed the Mars yellow and the phthalo, and I'm getting, I like them. They kind of look like clay or something, these neutral colors. Okay, so again, if you're using the brayer, roll it back and forth till it's pretty even. Does not need to be even on the canvas. Okay, and then I'm putting that in a bucket of water so it doesn't dry on my brayer. Now, the part that I think is fun, I take a damp brush, and I'm going to wet some of the shapes. Now I could just leave it like that, blend it, or I'm take these sort of synthetic dish towels that I chop up from Trader Joe's. I really like them. I can reuse them. Blot that, and I can pull up some of the paint, which I find pretty satisfying. Okay, now let's see. All right, now I'm going to start mixing my light phthalo blue. My Mars yellow. I don't really have a plan at the moment. And because it's such a small painting, I'm just going to mix with my brush. And I think I'll block out the surround first. Sometimes that makes it easier to see the shapes better. Okay. And I think I like the charcoal pencil. It's not as, what's the word? Heavy as the Sharpie. Okay, so now I can see my shapes really clearly, and I'm going to try and bring in more blue and more Mars yellow. Let's see. So what's great about working with a limited palette is and I think I want to go into this more, is there's so many different mixtures you can make with 2 or 3 colors. So they're little color studies, really. So mixing with this light phthalo, like yellows or this Indian yellow, gives me, I call it it's a celadon color that I really like. So right in this cross shape here, I'm going to try and do different blues and see what I get. Okay, now I'm going to add some white to the blue. Get a lighter blue right there. Or actually, no, change my mind. Okay. Go lighter blue on and you can play with leaving some of the charcoal line showing or going right up to it, overlapping. So the color looks different when it's right next to another color. It seems a little softer versus going right up to that charcoal edge. And you can play with transparent paint and thicker, like right here, I'm going more impasto. I'm restraining myself. I have this urge to put in like a black or something higher contrast, but I'm trying to work with lower contrast just for kicks. Okay. Okay, I think that's where I'm going to stop right now. I'm sure there's more I could do, but I think you get the basic idea. And of course, you know, you could do, it's a little color study. But there's so many ways I could have done this. I could have done this Mars yellow as the background surround. I could have done the blue, and just working with those limitations, those small amounts of color, there's still a lot that you can do. Okay, now I'm getting fussy. All right. Okay. There we go.